Okay, just listen for a bit. I have no desire whatsoever to sleep under bridges and to compete with cats and raccoons over street food. So I'm willing to end my life by the end of the year. But I'm alive now and I'm still willing to talk about where my head is. I've been thinking maybe, just maybe, I could stumble across an alternative, some other path besides a self destruct sequence to get myself out of this mess. Listen, I know I've been damaged for a long time, mentally, I mean, but that's not what took my last job from me. Yes, I was hurting, but I consistently provided good service. Admittedly, I should have seen my job fading away from me, less and less demand. Hmm. One of my mistakes was not better preparing for the end, though. I confess I'm desperate, but not desperate enough to do anything. The most drastic thing I could see myself doing is playing another game of Russian roulette. If things don't change for the better over the next few months. Everything feels so complicated and convoluted. No clear beginning or end, but that's that. Okay, just your turn.
The internet really does bring us together and trolls us apart, doesn't it? After consuming some of your online content, the content began to feel more and more conflicted and relatable. And though I do tend to avoid my fellow humans, I did become more curious about what I saw and heard from you. So I decided to take a break from hearing just my own thoughts for a while. And here we are, masked and anonymous. Identities are never completely concealed, though.
You sound misanthropic. I think I used to be that way a bit myself, but now I feel more neutral about humanity.
I don't hate humans. They do make it easy to hate them, though. But no, I don't hate them. It it might come across as odd asking this, but I wonder, how do you feel about questions? Yes, this is a conversation, but somehow it feels almost intrusive.
Asking questions works for me. I much rather you ask than assume. I'll try to avoid responding with no comment.
So, what was your last job like? Was it something worth doing?
The money per hour was good. The job itself was fine. From time to time, I would get a customer worth talking to, but most of my thoughts during my time there were not worth thinking. Given our emails back and forth, I didn't really think the following would be an issue, and so far, so good. I'm relieved that you didn't respond with something about just loving myself or it'll all turn out okay. I so don't want to hear that shit. Those types of messages have always felt so unrealistic and trite. I'm not expecting you to solve my problems, but it would be nice if you didn't muddle my problems with such irritating words.
Well, I won't lose any money if you die, but you are more interesting to me alive. Is that better?
Yes, actually, that is better. Don't get me wrong, I don't recommend suicide. I wouldn't say that I'm a fan, but I'm even less of a fan of life without reliable sources of food and shelter. The struggle continues, contingency plans welcome.
I suppose, like most people, you're not a fan of prisons either. Well, most people don't mind prisons so much. That is, they don't mind them if they themselves are not housed inside them or even near them. Prisons, of course, have food and shelter and even a few pieces of health care. But, of course, the cost and benefit analysis isn't favorable.
Yeah, overcrowding, solitary confinement, rape, violence. Yeah, there's that.
And of course, once you're released, potential employers will be understanding and welcoming.
Yes, of course they will. Look, I know I'm not completely innocent here, but no one is. Sometimes I can't help but wonder how much of the situation is my fault. I know I can never really know the answer to that, but I still wonder. Too many problems brought me here.
There must be something in your life that has been going at least somewhat okay.
I rarely have to deal with physical pain. I do try to be thankful for that. There are always those who have it worse. From time to time, I do look to them and think, yeah, relative to them, I'm not so bad off. But sometimes it feels all the more problematic seeing how pervasive troubles are throughout the world.
You sound too empathetic. Having empathy and being able to relate and therefore understand is valuable, but anything can be done in excess.
Hmm. You know, a zebra, a gazelle, or a wildebeest, they don't have to worry about employment, taxes, or healthcare, but they do have to worry about getting eaten by cats and crocodiles. I have often thought I'd rather concern myself with employment, but getting eaten is somewhat quick, right? Hmm. It doesn't take months to get eaten. Like, well, as compared to looking for a job for months or investing years into going to college, our problems are so much longer and drawn out as humans.
Perhaps now you are considering to start a fulfilling career as a zebra. Well, they do have nice mohawks.
Hmm. Yeah, too many words and too little time, so says my clock. So, we meet again, the same time and same place tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.